In the heart of peaceful village of Mbazi, there lived a powerful chief named Katu. Chief Katu was respected and loved by everyone in the village. He had a strong and brave son named Juma, who was known for his courage and wisdom even at young age. But the chief's wife had passed away years ago, leaving him to raise Juma alone. The villagers often worried about Chief Katu being alone, and they encouraged him to take a new wife. One day, a beautiful woman named Sana arrived in Mbazi. She was graceful with long braided hair and eyes that sparkled like the stars. No one knew much about her, but Chief Katu fell in love with her at first sight. They were soon married, and Sana became Juma's stepmother. At first everything seemed perfect. Sana was kind and caring, and the villagers were happy to see Chief Katu smiling again. As time passed, however, strange things began to happen. Sana and Juma started to grow closer, spending more and more time together. They would walk in the forest, talking and laughing, and sometimes they would sit by the river, just enjoying each other's company. Chief Katu noticed this, but he trusted them both, never imagining that anything could be wrong. But soon whispers started spreading through the village. The elders noticed the way Sana and Juma look at each other, and the way they always seem to find reason to be alone. People began to suspect that something was not right. The villagers began to keep their distance from the family, and the cold shadow of doubt crept into Chief Katu's heart. One evening, when the moon was full and the village was quiet, Sana came to Juma with a troubled look on her face. She told him that she was expecting a child. Juma was shocked, and his heart pounded in his chest. He knew the child could not be his father's, for Chief Katu had not been home for many months, traveling on important business. Fear and confusion gripped Juma, and he didn't know what to do. Sana, seeing the fear in Juma's eyes, began to cry. She told him that she had been visited with a mysterious spirit in her dreams, and that the spirit had warned her for a curse that would fall upon the child unless they left the village immediately. The curse, she said, would bring great misfortune not only to the child but to the entire village if they stayed. Juma was torn between his love for his father and his concern for Sana. He knew he had to protect his family, but he also knew he couldn't abandon his father or his village. That night he couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned, trying to figure out what to do. The next morning, Sana was gone. Juma searched everywhere for her, but she had vanished without a trace. The villagers whispered that she had run away to avoid the curse of bearing a cursed child. Juma felt a deep sorrow and guilt, but he kept the secret of Sana's pregnancy to himself, fearing that truth would destroy his father. Days turned into the weeks, and weeks into the months. Chief Katu returned home, but the joy of his return was overshadowed by the strange and unsettling events that began to plague the village. Crops withered in the fields, animals fell ill, and the river that had always flowed so abundantly began to dry up. The villagers believed that the land was cursed, and they began to whisper that it was all because of the chief's family. Chief Katu, desperate to save his village, sought the wisdom of the village elder, Baba Muti. Baba Muti was a wise and ancient man who knew the secrets of the earth and the spirits. When Chief Katu arrived at Baba Muti's hut, the old man looked deep into his eyes and said, "There is a darkness hanging over your family, Chief Katu, a darkness that can only be lifted by the truth." Katu, confused and worried, asked Baba Muti what he meant. The old man explained that a curse had indeed fallen upon the land, but it was tied to a secret that had been hidden within the chief's own household. The only way to break the curse, Baba Muti said, was for the truth to be revealed, no matter how painful it might be. Katu returned home with a heavy heart. He called Juma to his side and asked him if there was anything he was hiding, anything that could be causing the suffering of the village. Juma hesitated, his heart pounding in his chest. He wanted to protect his father, but he knew the village could not endure much more suffering. With tears in his eyes, Juma confessed everything about Sana, the pregnancy, and the curse that she had feared. Chief Katu was devastated. He felt as his whole world had been shattered. He couldn't believe that the woman he had loved and trusted could betray him in such a way, but more than that, he was heartbroken that his own son, whom he had raised with so much love and care, had kept such a terrible secret from him. With a heavy heart, Chief Katu gathered the village together and told them everything. The villagers were shocked and saddened, but they understood that the only way to lift the curse was to forgive and move forward. Baba Muti performed a powerful ritual to cleanse the land and break the curse, and slowly the village began to heal. Months passed and the village of Mbazi returned to its former glory. The fields was green again, the animals were healthy, and the river flowed with a fresh, clear water. But the scars of the past remained. Chief Katu and Juma worked hard to rebuild their relationship, and though they never spoke of Sana again, they both knew that they had learned a valuable lesson about trust, honesty, and the consequences of keeping secrets. In the end, the people of Mbazi understood that no matter how painful the truth might be, it was always better to face it than to hide it. The story of Chief Katu, Juma, and Sana was told for generations, a reminder that love, trust, and honesty are the foundation of a strong and healthy family and community. This is Kaya, sending heartfelt thanks for listening. If the story touched you, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. Wishing you sweet moments until next time.